Got the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, start at verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty, through power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, to the pulling down of strongholds. Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against power, against the knowledge of power, Yahweh, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, Yahushai. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Watching and studying. I pray you guys stay circumspect. May the Lord shower his blessings upon you. And may wisdom and knowledge, be your craving. To you I say shalom. I also want to give shalom to the newly awakened. Those who seeking the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord in all truth and sincerity. And also the Akim and Akwath. That feeling down and out, but getting uplifting for these scriptures. These lessons that's getting put up. That's finding hope. Keep seeking. To you I say shalom. All right. I also want to give a shalom to the brothers out there on the corners, making themselves a little bit sacrifice for our Lord. Doing this work in all truth and sincerity. To you brothers I say stay diligent, man, and shalom. All right, I'm the brother Nakamaya coming at you with another lesson. All right, and it's going to pretty much just be a Mark of the Beast update, right? Because the closer and closer we itch toward this thing, right, the more evident it is, right? So, you can expect the men of Great Millstone, to continue to push this faithfully, right? I went on a line the other day, and I was just searching through these other accounts' feed, entering the Mark of the Beast and seeing when the last time these guys are talking about it. This is how you know these guys are not confident in the Mark of the Beast being what it is, right? Because they don't update it, they don't talk about it. They rarely even mention it, right? So this for the lost sheep out there, right? They got faith in this, right? Who the Most High, has opened your eyes to see that this thing is clearly the mark, right? This for you guys, right? Because as we itch closer and closer, man, it's becoming more and more evident. Now, this article I got right here is January 28th, 2020, right? So this is earlier this year, right? But we got a couple more things, a little recent, right, to show you just how much more evident this thing is, right? All right. So I hope this lesson is edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. Let's get into it. All right, this article here is by the training industry, learning technology. And it was published January 28th, 2020. Microtripping employees, right? Because remember the mark. Matter of fact, before we get into it, let's go and get that scripture real quick. Right? Because this is one of the key components, man, to this mark of the beast. Right? This buying and selling, man. And you camps, man. You guys still, act like this thing ain't a real thing, man. But this is a big deal, man. Right? This is really gonna be the key to it, to the mark, man. This buying and selling, man. Right? This is the main identifier, really. Got the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man, right? Nobody might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, right? Karagma, piercing the skin, right? We already been through that. Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? So buying and selling is going to be one of the main components for this, man. Right? That's what's really going to make the people submit to it. Because how you going to eat? Right? I don't want to get too much into that. Right? We don't have those discussions already. Right? These for the lost sheep, man, who the Lord has opened their eyes to see this. Right? Because this what really caused me to come to GMS, man. Right? Among other things, but this what really drove me away from the other camps, because I saw this, man. Right? When the guys brought it up, right? When they mentioned it, right? And you guys see it too. That's why you're here. Right? From virtual reality and augmented reality to digital assistants and virtual coaches. Numerous innovative technologies have already made waves across the learning and development LD field as we move toward the future of work, right? To the future of work, right? So it's always that's gonna be the main driving force behind this chip, man. They're gonna tie it into your work, right? It's gonna be one of the main factors that's gonna make you guys really have to do it, especially when they make it mandatory. Right now it's just it's voluntary if you want it, right? But it's only for the time being. The scripture says it's gonna be mandatory. He calls all, both small and great, calls you to do it, right? So he forced you, and that's what's coming, right? I won't make this too long. Let me go ahead and get through this article. One emerging trend, however, raises questions about what the future means for data security, privacy, and personal boundaries. Implanting microchips into employee skin, right? Which has already been going on, right, for a couple years now, right? But you camp still don't, you guys still don't want to acknowledge this, right? But it's all right. What is a microchip? A microchip, commonly referred to as a chip, is a radio frequency identification device, RFID, about the size of a grain of rice. When implanted, employees can unlock doors, right? And this is how they're going to sell you on it, right? Because you Americans, you love convenience, man, right? Ooh, I just waved my hand. I didn't actually have to put the key in the door, right? They just make it too easy for you, right? So you just pretty much just grab your doorknob when it's locked and just twist and it's going to open for you, right? That's going to cause some of you to do it, right? The simplicity of it. When implanted, employees can unlock doors, log into their computers, and you can do that with just your fingerprint, right? Log into computers and even purchase snacks from the vending machine down the hall with just a wave of the hand, right? And it's smart. I'll start off with little small things like that, right? But now you're gonna be approaching, you're gonna be buying your groceries with the wave of a hand, or just walk right out through a scanner because they're gonna have scanners at the door that's gonna just take that data as soon as you walk through the door, right? That's what's coming, man. Right? That's what they softening you up for. But all the other counts warning you. They fighting their pride, man. We already know what's up with them. But hey, they done been warned already, right? So this for the the newly awakened that's waking up and don't know what the mark of the beast is. This is what it is, right? It's already rolling out, right? You got people already taking it, right? So this is a warning for you guys. Don't take it. Right? When implanted, employees can unlock doors, log into computers, and even purchase snacks from the vending machine down the hall with just a wave of the hand. Some organizations have started giving employees the option to be chipped, right? Because it's an option right now. Always an option. Right? Go to show you how this devil talk out of both sides of his face. Right? Because everything is always options or is always softening up, right? Before the people actually realize what it is they actually getting themselves into. But we warning you ahead of time right now, right? So if you take it before then, that's on you, right? But this is the mark of the beast. Some organizations have started giving employees the option to be chipped, including 3 Square Markets, a Wisconsin-based technology company that made national headlines after chipping nearly 100 employees in 2017. Now, that's 3 years ago. In 2017, and Epic Center, a Swedish startup that has chipped an estimated 150 employees since 2015. Now, that's back 5 years ago, man. Right? So this thing already been rolling out, right? Recreationally. You see? But some companies are already putting it in place because they know what's coming, man. Right? The camps can't see this. Right? People just putting this in their hand as just a convenience, right? Bioted, a Swedish firm that implants microchips into both individuals and other organizations' employees, fitted 150 chips in the UK as of 2018. As of 2018, that's 2 years ago, right? And not only did they say they fit employees, right? It said they fit individuals too, right? So they doing business on the side with just regular people that want to get this chip. But why is it so? Think about that, right? they are making it, you know, they're taking it outside of the workplace now. You see that? Because if a regular person is getting chipped, what if I want to get chipped but I ain't got a job? What am I using that chip for? Right? So they're already setting up things out there for the people to use the chip for, right? But what's going to happen is they're going to increase it, right? They're going to start putting this chip in more and more places, right? Making it being able so you can use it in more and more places, right? They're going to phase out the cash register. They're already talking stuff about the coin, right? Your change, your pennies. Saying these businesses, because they're getting a lack of business because of this lockdown, right? That these places are running out of change. So what's going to happen is they're either going to start having to round off your cash purchases, or they're going to have to get rid of the change altogether, which will make more sense, right? What's the use of making more change if people are just going to be handling it less and less, right? But these are all precursors for this market, man. Just make more sense just to get rid of and just get the mark. Right, because remember they was talking a lot of smack when this coronavirus first came down about the dollar, softening you up to get rid of that. Oh, the virus get transferred through the money. You know they ain't talking about that no more, right? See that? It's gonna come back around though, especially the further and closer we get to this chip. Let me get back to this article because I don't want to make it too long, but this chip something serious, man. It's major time prophecy, man. Right? You can't forget that this is prophecy, man. Right, you guys act like the mark is already just in existence. So I guess you guys are just waiting on the Lord to come back, right? The mark of the beast is already just already out. Everybody, it's already just been decided, right? According to you guys. Hey man, we at the door. While still emerging in the enterprise market, RFID technology isn't anything new, right? This ain't nothing new, man. It's been around, man. Right? People have long used microchipping for everything from identifying lost pets. See, that was just the test run on it, man. Being able to track those pets down, right? So they now know it works. So when they put it on you or put it in you, right, they're gonna be able to track you down. And plus, to get a good view of how this thing here gonna work, right, or give you a good glimpse of how it's gonna run. Go watch that movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith. Right, they was giving us the idea. They was showing us back in the '90s how this thing was gonna run, man. In fact, I think I'm gonna watch that movie a little later too myself, man. But yeah, man, this it right here, right? But they started off with your pets, identifying lost pets to tracking medical information, right? Because this thing gonna have your ID. Once they scan it, man, they're gonna have everything they need to know about you, right? ID, medical records, blood type, criminal record, all that, man, right? Let's consider the pros and cons of microchipping employees and how training can address privacy concerns for the ethical chipping process. Right, business benefits of the microchips, right? Because they got to sell it, man. It got to always be some kind of benefit for it, right? Got to be a benefit. They got to sell it to you, right? The primary purpose of RFID implants is unique identification, says Joel Beasley, Chief Executive Officer and founder of LeaderBits IO and host of Modern CTO podcast. We put a microchip into us and we scan it, and the system can pick up on who we are, right? Identifying you. Because a big part of this microchip, and the reason why Esau want to get it out there, man, is to control you. It's going to pretty much make him God, right? He knows exactly who you are, where you at. Don't the Most High know who you are and where you at all times, right? He going to be able to feed you or say who can eat and who can't eat. Don't the Most High make those rules and make those calls, right? Whether you guys know it or not, the Most High feed you, man. Right? He provide for you, however means of ways that you get your food, right? Or how you make your money, the Most High provides that for you. He opened those channels for you, whether you know it or not. Right, you simple ones, but you can't see that this is a mark, so you probably can't even see that, right? You probably, you guys are self-willed, man. You think you're doing you're doing your own thing, right? You gods in your own eyes, right? You your house, right? You simps. For this reason, Beasley says microchipping most benefit industries that require frequent authentications. A device plus article. A device Plus article explains a multi-factor authentication approach using a PIN code and a security microchip is one way to stay ahead. To wait a Slovakia. Let me read that again. A device plus article explains a multi-factor authentication approach using a PIN code and a security microchip is one way to stay a step ahead of hackers. Listen, they never been a step ahead of hackers, right? Even the FBI have events, man, where they invite the world's greatest hackers in there, man, just to learn from them. They learn from these guys, man. You see that? So why would you trust putting something like this in your hand, knowing you can be hacked, man? And ain't no telling what they're gonna be able to do once they hack you, man. But these devils, man, is something serious, man. Although determined hackers may still decide to use a microchip implant to attack a secure facility in person, Beasley said this scenario is unlikely as the risk of being caught is much higher. Microchips can also reduce healthcare costs for employers by tracking factors such as sleep duration, blood pressure, and activity levels. Now, what the hell? You see this, man, right? Your employees want all this control over you, man, right? They can monitor all this, right? You see this devil, man, right? But this is why this microchip is the mark, man, right? It's complete, total control over you, man, right? So you saying, yeah, Esau, right? I'm gonna let you just straight control me instead of letting the Lord, putting your trust in the Lord, man. You just letting Esau just have his way, man. You see that? That's why he's gonna destroy you, man. It's not the fact that you're getting it put in you, man. Right? This is spiritual. You are saying, Esau, yeah, you are my God, man. Right? And you're turning your back on the Most High, which you already did anyway. If you're gonna take this chip, right? He was never with you, because only the elect are not gonna take this, right? And like I said in one of my previous videos, you're gonna have some people that are not of the elect that are not gonna take this, right? Because you're gonna have these rebels out there, right? A lot of these Edomites even see that this mark is the chip, right? The wicked see it, right? And you so-called men of the Lord can't see it. Man, it's going to be some grievous judgments, man. Microchips can also reduce healthcare costs for employers by tracking factors such as sleep duration, blood pressure, and activity levels. You see what I'm saying? They want to track all that, man. They want to know your every move, every step, man. With this information, microchips can make recommendations on how employees can improve their health, right? We're going to tell you what you need to stop doing and what you need to do, man, to get more work out of you, man. You slave. You see that, man? Says Dan Lorman, Chief Executive Officer and Chief Strategist for Security Mentor, INC. And author of Virtual Integrity. Faithfully navigating the brave new web, while microchipping will likely yield more business benefits as they evolve, right? Meaning what? They ain't going nowhere, man. They here to stay, man, right? He adds, in terms of reducing healthcare costs, the benefits are already in full swing. It's cheaper for them, man, right? When implanted, employees can log into computers and even purchase snacks from the vending machines with a wave of the hand. Managing privacy concerns. Let me grab a scripture real quick, man. Right? Because he's going to make this, Esau likes to make stuff sound real good, man, but, can't trust none of this devil say, man. Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 55. What is it? Yeah, 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? Because he's going to make this microchip sound real good, right? It's convenient. They can get snacks all outdoors, right? You ain't got to worry about your purse getting snatched, anybody stealing your ID, your identity. None of that, right? The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, right? Because you got to remember, this is to seduce the people, man, to destroy the people, right? To control the people, right? So that's an act of war, really. Right, because he wants you dependent on him. right? Not on yourself, right? And once you get that chip, man, he gonna have you in derision, right? Just take what he want, make you work, not pay you, right? Not feed you. Turn the chip on and off when he want to, right? He don't like your conduct, just shut you down. You see that, man? Right? This is what you finna subject yourself to, but these other camps are not warning you. Verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords, right? You're going to draw swords behind this. You camps don't know that, though, right? Because y'all don't think it's a mark. There's a light side and a dark side to microchipping employees. Lowman says, even if there are privacy protections and a clear policy in place, in rare cases, hacking can still happen. There's also no way for employees to know when their microchip has been scanned, Beasley said. You could walk through a scanner and not even know you're walking through it. Yeah, and they're going to put them scanners everywhere, man. Right? They're going to know who you is. They're going to have them scanners up. How else they going to track you? But they're going to do that with satellites and all that other stuff, man. Right? Why you think Esau going up there? Right? Taking those trips out there. Setting up, man. According to a report published in IS, a journal of law and policy for the Information Society. I guess that's what IS stands for, Information Society. Both government and private sector organizations must be aware of the fact that RFID chips have the potential to leak private information without a person's consent. Well, they leak your information anyway, man. What you think all these social media websites are for? Right, once you log in there and you get you enter your email address in there, man, and you log into these sites, man, your information is, they're gonna share that with whoever they partnered sites is, because that information there is money, man. Right. Let me go up a little bit. Organizations must be aware of the fact that RFID chips have the potential to leak private information without a person's consent to anyone with a RFID reader, right? So you got somebody with a reader right behind you just scanning you, man. You say, hey, man, but say, this confusion, man. Right? So with all these conveniences that they are, enticing you with, right? But these are the cons, right? Well, it's just a con even having it in your hand, right? But this how whack, and out of control it's going to be, man. Taking this mark, right? Just precursors, man. Learning leaders should make this information clear in training material to ensure employees understand the potential risks of microchipping, to keep data protections top of the mind, Lowman says. The steps you would take are certainly the same steps you would take from a cybersecurity perspective. Have a clear privacy policy, communicate clearly to the employees. Well, this is all that, the do's and don'ts when you get your chip. But the point is not even to get it, so we ain't even worried about that. Currently, organizations cannot require employees to be microchipped. Currently, you can't, right? But then the scripture says, he calls it all, both small and great, and it's going to be the main driving force right here through your work, man. Right? Because once they make it mandatory, right, and they already done started, it's voluntary in Michigan, right, and this was as of June, right. The brothers did a video earlier. Matter of fact, I got it on my feed. If you go check it out, it's called. Let me go to it real quick so you can see it. Right here, this re-upload RFID microchip, this video right here. That's a brother out of Michigan right there, right? Bringing it out up there in Michigan, and they rolling it out up there his way, right? So this thing is real, man. This ain't no joke, man. Right now they talking about it's optional. As we read in Revelation 13:16, man, he calls it all both small and great, right? Free, poor, rich, bond, and can't no man buy or sell without it, man. So, I mean, if you think you got another way around this thing, man, you got a mean scripture you're gonna have to wrestle with, man. All right. Grab another scripture real quick. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. That's what I want. Nah, it's like 2 Corinthians 2:11. But that Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant to his devices, right? This RFID microchip, man. Vice of Satan, man. We know that now, man. Right? Prophecy. Right? His vain attempt to be the Most High, man, so he can see you, feed you, so he can be your master, man. Right? That's what it's all about. Right? World domination, man. Of the elites. They vain attempt, man, to solidify, they plans from the beginning, man. But this the last ditch effort, man. But the Most High finna blow all this up, man. Right? But you camps, are you teaching this, man? You making people, you saying the elect already sealed, man. Right? And whoever got the mark already got it. That's what you saying, man. When you say this is not the chip, well, or the RFID microchip is not the beast, that's what you are saying, man. Make this too long, man. I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes. See, get some more of this article. To remain transparent, learning leaders should provide training on what microchips are, and more importantly, how organizations plan to use them. Well, they're gonna use them to make you a slave, man. All right. And those who value your job, right? Who see no other way of surviving, who don't have no faith and trust in the Lord, man, you're going to take this chip, man, no problem. All right? They should also educate employees on the implantation procedure, which Beasley says typically involves implanting a microchip in a needle, chrogma, and then injecting it into the skin intravenously. The entire process takes around 20 minutes and should occur in a sterile environment, which Northman says is critical when performing any procedure that breaks the skin, right? And that's against the Most High, right? Piercing. No cutting in thy flesh. Right? What scripture is that? Some employees may want to remove their microchips after deciding to leave their organizations. You ain't gonna be able to move it, and even after you remove it, right? It's gonna be mandatory. So it's gonna be convenient because your next job gonna require you to have one, right? The grocery store is gonna require you to have one, right? Your banks, well, you ain't gonna need no banks, right? Your data's already gonna be there, right? But your finance is gonna require you to have one, right? So it's gonna be no need to take it out. Lorman says that although the chips is fairly easy to remove, it still requires someone to cut it out of the hand. No doubt. In the future, there may be easier ways to remove chips, he adds. Remove chips with an S, man. Just in case one of y'all want to get simple and say the RFO, well, the chip they putting in us not called the RFID microchip. It's still a chip, ain't it? Simples. Organizations may also be aware that when chip employees leave, they can bring data with them. Lohan asks, now they're going to be able to upload and download into you, man. You see that? Right? They're going to be able to upload and download data into you, man. Like your phone, man. Why would you want something like this? If microchips become interchangeable, I mean, they could take them in and out. But they ain't gonna do that. They're just gonna upload and download. It's gonna be a lot cheaper, man. Or give you several, two, one in your hand and one in your forehead. You never know with this devil, man. In the future, and employees can clear their chips when they switch employers, it may not be an issue. However, as of now, there are certainly major privacy and security concerns, especially in sensitive data is stored on the chip, and all your data gonna be stored on it, man. It's a joke. Future predictions. When implanted in humans, microchip capabilities are still largely unexplored. And you best believe they're exploring every possibility they can with it. Right? Beasley, who has 2 RFID chips, one to pick up his daughter from daycare and one to enter his office building. See, he got 2 of them, right? Predicts they will be able to consolidate in the future, right? Instead of having all these here, you can just go download stuff into them. But he already got 2. I wonder where that second one at. I wonder if it's in his forehead. In other words, he explains people will have a personal chip that they can register at multiple places, such as their office building, child's daycare, gym, or anywhere else they regularly visit that requires unique identifications. It will just be that one chip registered everywhere. See? I'll just download everything into that one chip. That's the advancement of it, I think Beasley says. Lorman also sees microchip evolving in the future, predicting that they will become adaptable with other innovative technologies. It's gonna be everywhere, man. You know this. They soften you up for it. This back in January 2020. Such as the Internet of Things and articles in artificial intelligence. As RFID technology advances and more organizations give employees the option to be chipped, the option. Remember, he calls it all, both small and great, free and poor, rich and poor, free and bond, right, to take it. So right now it's optional, right, but it's going to be mandatory. As RFID technology advances and more organizations give employees the option to be chipped, learning leaders should be prepared to address privacy concerns through open communications and training on both the light side and dark side. And there ain't no light side to it, man. This is all darkness, right? To have you in darkness, right? You're already in darkness, right? If you take this, you was already in darkness to begin with, right? But, you know, this is just make sure when those missiles come, dark side of microchipping, that organization and employees can determine if the chip is for them. Right? And if you're not of the elect, the chip is for you. Right? Something else I wanted to bring up. The book of Revelations 12 and 12. Because you're not of the elect, man. This chip is for you, man. Right? Some of you camps, too, that's teaching that nonsense, man. Christianity is the mark. Dude's finished, man. Got the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And he know he got a short time, man. Right? This is what it's all about. Right? That's why he's pushing this, man. That's why you're seeing it more and more. That's why you see it manifesting itself more and more, right? Because the Most High giveth the word, right? Send the word to his prophets, man. His prophets are making this thing known, right? And the Most High is going to make it manifest itself. You see that? That's how it works, man. Everything works within, you know, the realm of the Most High, man. His will, right? We're not just saying this because we feel it and we want you guys to follow us, man, right? This is all prophecy, man, right? The spirit of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy, you know. And with that, I want to say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Akakadash. Double honor to the apostle and elder, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. You know, watching, learning. You know, things right around the corner. You know, but the elect, you know, the hopeful elect is going to see this, man, right, and identify this mark. So to you, I say shalom. Keep your eyes open. Stay diligent. You know, you brothers and sisters that are out there newly awakened. If you just stumble across this video for the first time, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, right? And this is an update. Right, we have more videos coming out about this, man. So we're going to push this all the way to the end, man, because the Lord is trying to warn you. Right? Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle of the elder, great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Look, listen and watch and learning. To you, I say shalom. I just want to give a shalom to the brothers out there doing this work in all truth and sincerity. Watching, you know, prophesying. warning the people is what it's all about. To you, I say shalom. Brother Nakamaya, to the next lesson. Shalom.